Hello. How are you? Are- 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 Okay, how are you? I hope you are fine. I hope you had a nice weekend and I hope you're ready to learn, okay? So today, guys, we are going to to continue unit number 3A, right? We did the vocabulary and the pronunciation last class. I hope you enjoyed. It was a pretty interesting pronunciation. And today we're going to talk about a reading. Actually, no, we're going to talk about comparative today, okay? I will send the reading as homework, okay? But then there's no problem. I will send it to next week because remember, I told you this is a video for the entire week, just as we did last week, right? So, what's happening? Okay, so I was just opening the book and then appeared another thing. Okay, so this video is also for the weeks, okay? So you will have only one. Guys, we stopped on page 24-25. I'm going to share screen so we can follow me, okay? Just a second. So this is the page we stopped, right? We did this pronunciation part here. Guys, this listening I will send as homework, okay? So you do homework. You will do number 3 as homework, okay? And so 3A, let me signalize for you. 3A, 3C, and 3D. This is your homework. And we will check this homework next week, okay? I will give you as homework because we have to do this and the listening as well. So this is homework. And then we go back this on next week, okay? Really good. So today we're going to start checking this unit here. Let me just erase everything because it's not fair for you to see answers. So guys, we have here comparatives and superlatives. Really, teacher? Yes. Yes. We have here these sentences. Read the sentences. Are the highlighted phrases right or wrong? Tick the correct ones and cross the wrong ones. The wrong part that means is that not as the sentence, but no, just a second. It's not saying the idea of the sentence, but the grammar part, okay, what's highlighted. Can you stop the video and find the wrong ones, please? Okay, so I will take my teacher's book here because I like to follow also on the teacher's book, because if I find any problem on the app, I can see it in my book. So the first one, the quicker way. What's the quicker way to get across London? This is wrong, right? Don't tell me you think this is right. This is wrong. Okay, and then I will show you the correction for the wrong ones. Driving is more boring than going by train. Guys, this is right. More boring than. This is right. Number 3. The boat was nearly as fast as the bike. What do you think? If you told me that it's wrong, you're correct. It's wrong. 4. Oxford is the same distance from London as Brighton. It's right, guys. Number 4, it's right. Same distance as. And we will check, okay? 5. There aren't as much trains as they were before on this line. So 5 is wrong. Yes. It was the more exciting journey I've ever had. This is wrong, right? The worst time of the day to travel in London is between 7:30 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. This sentence is correct. And the last one, women drive more careful than men. This is wrong. Okay? So in here, guys, what's wrong in the number one? It's wrong because we don't say more, we don't say the quicker way. In here, oh meu Deus, tô fazendo um monte de coisa aqui que não era pra fazer. In here, the idea of is that we are talking about a superlative form. So the first one would be the quickest way. Okay? This is number one. Number three, we don't use as and then together. We say as fast as. Okay? This is the idea for number three. Number four, correct? Number five. As many trains as, because trains are countable. Okay? 6. It was the more exciting journey I've ever had. It's superlative, so the most exciting journey. Number 7 is correct, and then number 8, we have a more carefully than. Okay? Ah, teacher, não existe careful. Yes, but the idea on number 8 is that we are talking about the drive. Oh, Jesus, tá em branco. Not women. If you said they are more careful, but we are talking about a verb here. Nós estamos tentando mudar o verbo. Como nós estamos tentando mudar o verbo, a gente precisa de um advérbio. Okay? So that's why more careful. Okay? Really good. So let's go to page 136. Opa. 136. Let me erase this. Let's go there. Okay, so comparatives and superlatives. Guys, this you already know everything. We are just remembering. We use comparative adjectives to compare two people, places, or things. Regular comparatives, adjectives, spelling rules. Old, older. Big, bigger, double G. Easy, easier. Tira o Y, coloca o I, porque ele terminou com consoante Y. Ok? Muito bem. E aí a gente tem irregular comparative adjectives. A gente tem good vira better, bad worse, far further. A gente também tem a opção de farther. É que a galera não usa muito, mas eu vou até anotar aqui para vocês. Eu vou anotar e depois eu vou apagar, tá? Que senão vai ficar andando junto com a gente. Farther. Também tem essa ideia, tá? Não é tão usada quanto further, mas é possível. One syllable adjectives ending ed. Então, todo adjetivo que termine em ed, a maioria deles sendo uma sílaba só, one syllable, significa que o adjetivo é uma sílaba só. A gente usa o more, a gente não usa o ER. Então, bored, more bored. Tired, more tired. Stressed, more stressed. Esse é o tipo team 2 do comparativo. And then we have here the number 2. We can also use not, as to make comparisons. Então, a gente tem... Cadê? Ah, não tem um exemplo. Tudo bem, não tem problema. She is as fast as me. Deixa eu escrever. I don't like highlighted, italic sentences. We are comparing me and her. We are on the same level. Nós somos... Ela é tão rápida quanto eu. Agora, se eu falo, por exemplo, she's not as smart as me, Por exemplo, ela não é tão esperta quanto eu. Já são comparações de níveis diferentes, mas são comparações ainda, ok? Aí a gente tem essa box aqui, Object Pronouns, after, then, and as. Então a gente usa after, then, and as, we can use an object pronoun or a subject pronoun. Por exemplo, she's taller than me, or she's taller than I am. A gente nunca fala she's taller than I. Ou a gente vai falar o objeto, ou a gente vai falar o sujeito seguido de um verbo, que no caso aqui é o am, tá? Nunca vai ficar sem. Another example. They are not as busy as us, objeto. They are not as busy as we are. Nunca they are not as busy as we. Que horror, meu Deus. Tá? Isso aqui é feeling. Quando você não lembra da regra ditamente, propriamente ditamente, é feeling. Você nunca vai ter um sujeito no final da frase, tá? Nunca, nunca, nunca. E aí a gente tem o the same as. We use the same as to say that two people or places or things are identical. Her dress is the same as mine. Gente, the same aqui, really simple, vocês já aprenderam isso. É só o único problema. Oxe, eu tô ainda com a tela pequenininha. O único problema é que quando a gente dá o título para aquilo ou faz uma explicação daquilo, o aluno fica assim, ó. Que? Mas isso aqui vocês já sabem. Juro pra vocês já sabem, tá? Aí a gente tem comparing to actions. Aí, ação, a gente passa a usar advérbio, tá? Não tem como usar adjetivo para qualificar ação. A ação é advérbio. Comparing to actions. My father drives faster than me, or you walk more quickly than I do. Liverpool played worse than I. Liverpool played worse today than last week. Gente, ô teacher, você falou que não usa adjetivo e tá fast. O advérbio do adjetivo fast é fast, tá? É fast como adjetivo e fast como advérbio. Ok? Muito bem. Max doesn't speak English as well as his wife does, and I don't learn as much as my boss. I don't earn as much as my boss. List. Ok. We use comparative adverbs to compare two actions. Regular comparative adverbs, spelling rules. Fast, faster. Slowly, more slowly. Carefully, more carefully. Mesma coisa. Irregular comparatives. A gente tem well vira better e badly vira worse. Tá? Muito bem. We can also use not as adverb as to make comparisons. Another example. Usando as. Eu não sei por que esse livro não usou as. She teaches as well as I. Or I don't teach as well as her. Eu posso falar isso aqui também. Ela ensina tão bem quanto eu, ou eu não ensino tão bem quanto ela. Tá? Muito bem. Seguimos o baile aqui, hein? Eu falo tá como se vocês estivessem respondendo. Até aqui só vemos os comparatives, ok? Ok, and then we have the superlatives. Kevin is the tallest player in the team. Oslo is the most expensive capital city in Europe. The small bag is the least expensive. Lucy is the best student in class. Who dresses the most stylish in your family? And that's the worst we've ever played. We use the superlatives, adjectives, and adverbs to compare people, things, or actions with all of their group. Superlativo já fala, né? Ele tá acima do nível de todos os outros, do grupo dele, ok? Form superlative like comparatives, but use est instead of er, and most or least instead of more or less. Já sabem também. Então, ao invés de ER, vira EST no superlativo. E ao invés de most, e ao invés de, oh caramba, more e less, você usa most e least. Tipo, o mais ou o menos, tá? Just a second. We normally use the before superlatives, but you can also use possessive adjectives. My best friend, their most famous song. Normalmente a gente usa o de, mas possessive adjectives também cabem. We often use a superlative with present perfect. Porque quando a gente, por exemplo, a gente fala da viagem, nossa, essa foi a melhor viagem da minha vida. This was the best travel I've gone to. Or, it's the best book I've ever read. Ok? E aí a gente tem o in em superlatives. Use in, not of, before places after superlative. It's the longest bridge in the world. Não of the world. É in, tá? It's the best beach in England, not of England. Ok? So, isso aqui, essas caixas, assim, quando tem a lupinha, são só assim, um help para você não esquecer, tá? Guys, muito que bem. Que eu preciso. Vocês vão fazer o exercise A e B e eu vou corrigir, ok? A. Complete the comparative or superlative of the bold word. Então, vocês têm a bold word e vocês têm que completar com o then, talvez. E o B, vocês podem acrescentar uma palavra só que vocês acham que está faltando. Ok? So, pause the video. 3, 2, 1, go. Ok. Let's check here, guys. Vamos lá. I think skiing is... E aí? O que vocês acham? Easier than. Vou deixar aqui a coisa em cima que aparece ali em cima. Easier than, ok? A motorbike is more powerful than a scooter. I think the traveling by train is the most relaxing form of transport. 4. You walk more slowly than I do. 5. The worst time to travel is on holiday weekends. 6. The farthest I've ever driven is from London to Edinburgh. Okay, farthest. The London Underground is... just a second. The London Underground is older than the subway in New York. Okay, number 8. This is the hottest coach I've ever been to. Okay. And 9, of all my family, my mom is the best driver. Okay? Really good. Letter B. In here, a coach is as comfortable as a train. It's the most expensive car we've bought. The traffic was worse than we expected. This is the longest journey I've ever been to. Sorry, guys. He gets home late, but his wife arrives later than him. The most interesting place I've ever visited is Venice. I leave home at the same time as my brother. He drives more carefully than his girlfriend. He's never had an accident. We don't go abroad as often as we used to. What's the longest motorway in the UK? All right? So guys, this is the end of your class, okay? Like your Tuesday class. The homework, you can send the homework until Friday. A homework vai valer homework para a semana inteira, então vocês têm até a sexta para mandar. Eu vou deixar na aula da data da terça, mas pode mandar até sexta, não tem problema. E as atividades do grammar, que é o classwork desta aula de terça. Alright? So, now, let's move on to the Thursday class. We have a listening, okay? If you want, you can open your books on page 26. Can you go there? Page 26. From now on, all the exercises are from the Thursday class, ok? Então, elas são da aula de quinta-feira. Guys, 26, exercise number 6, okay? We're not going to talk about pronunciation today. So, listening, let me take a closer zoom. Read the text and then talk to a partner. Don't talk to a partner. Just kidding. I'm sorry. Let me open it. Okay. So here you have this text here. I'm going to read for all of us. Which of these things are the most and least dangerous when you're driving a car? A British car magazine tested drivers in a driving simulator. The drivers had to drive in the simulator and do the things in the list below. Eating or drinking, talking on a mobile, not hands-free. Do you know hands-free? That you're driving and you can speak because the sound of the car is receiving your voice and transmitting the other person's voice, okay? Setting or adjusting as sat-nav, GPS, sat-nav. Satellite or satellite navigation, so GPS. Listening to your favorite music, listening to music you don't know, sending or receiving text messages, doing your hair or putting on makeup, okay? So, we're not going to discuss but we are going to do part B. Listen to a safety expert, number the activities 1 to 7. What are your top 3, right? So he's going to say, and you just put the numbers, okay?
2.15.
And on tonight's programme, we talk to Tom Dixon, who is an expert on road safety. Tom, new technology like sat-nav has meant new distractions for drivers, hasn't it?
That's right, Nikki, but it isn't just technology that's the problem. Car drivers do a lot of other things while they're driving, which are dangerous and which can cause accidents. Remember, driver distraction is the #1 cause of road accidents.
Now, I know you've been doing a lot of tests with simulators. According to your tests, what's the most dangerous thing to do when you're driving?
The tests we did in a simulator showed that the most dangerous thing to do while you're driving is to send or receive a text message. This is incredibly dangerous and it is, of course, illegal. In fact, research done by the police shows that this is more dangerous than drinking and driving.
Why is that?
Well, the reason is obvious. Many people use 2 hands to text, one to hold the phone and the other to type, which means that they don't have their hands on the wheel, and they are looking at the phone, not at the road. Even for people who can text with one hand, it is still extremely dangerous. In the tests we did in the simulator, 2 of the drivers crashed while texting.
And which is the next most dangerous?
The next most dangerous thing is to set or adjust your sat-nav. This is extremely hazardous too, because although you can do it with one hand, you still have to take your eyes off the road for a few seconds.
And number 3?
And number 3 was putting on makeup or doing your hair. In fact, this is something that people often do, especially women, of course, when they stop at traffic lights. But if they haven't finished when the lights change, they often carry on when they start driving again. It's that fatal combination of just having one hand on the steering wheel and looking in the mirror, not at the road.
And number 4?
In 4th place, there are 2 activities which are equally dangerous. One of them is making a phone call on a mobile. Our research showed that when people talk on the phone, they drive more slowly, which can be just as dangerous as driving fast. But their control of the car gets worse because they're concentrating on the phone call and not on what's happening on the road. But the other thing, which is just as dangerous as talking on your mobile, is eating and drinking. In fact, if you do this, you double your chance of having an accident, because eating and drinking always involves taking at least one hand off the steering wheel. And the worrying thing here is that people don't think of this as a dangerous activity at all, and it isn't even illegal.
And in 5th, well, actually 6th place, it must be listening to music. But which one?
Well, it's listening to music you know.
Oh, that's interesting.
We found in our tests that when drivers were listening to music they knew and liked, they drove either faster or slower, depending on whether the music was fast or slow.
So fast music made drivers drive faster.
Exactly. And a study in Canada also found that if the music was very loud, then drivers' reaction time was 20% slower. If you're listening to very loud music, you're twice as likely to go through a red light.
So the safest of all of the things in the list is to listen to music we don't know.
Exactly. If we don't know the music, then it doesn't distract us. In this part of the tests, all drivers drove safely.
Okay, guys, so really good. Could you listen to them? I was coughing just a second. I just don't know what happened, like, really. Anyway, so if you didn't, you can go back to the video, okay? But if you did, that's okay. We're going to check right now. It really got me, Jesus. Okay, so the first one is sending or receiving text messages. Number 2, setting or adjusting the sat nav. Number 3, doing your hair and or putting on makeup. Number 4, talking on talking on a mobile, not hands-free. Number 5, eating or drinking. Number 6, listening to music, to your favorite music. And number 7, listening to music you don't know. Okay? I'm going to play again, but we are going to do like this. Let me put this audio here. I'm going to open a blank canvas here. Nossa, era blank. Because we are going to listen again and do part C. Look, listen again for more information about each activity and why is it dangerous. So I want you to pay attention to why are these activities dangerous. Okay, let's listen again.
2.15.
And on tonight's programme, we talk to Tom Dixon, who is an expert on road safety. Tom, New technology like sat-nav has meant new distractions for drivers, hasn't it?
That's right, Nikki, but it isn't just technology that's the problem. Car drivers do a lot of other things while they're driving, which are dangerous and which can cause accidents. Remember, driver distraction is the #1 cause of road accidents.
Now, I know you've been doing a lot of tests with simulators. According to your tests, what's the most dangerous thing to do when you're driving?
The tests we did in a simulator showed that the most dangerous thing to do while you're driving is to send or receive a text message. This is incredibly dangerous and it is, of course, illegal. In fact, research done by the police shows that this is more dangerous than drinking and driving.
Why is that?
Well, the reason is obvious. Many people use two hands to text, one to hold the phone and the other to type, which means that they don't have their hands on the wheel, and they are looking at the phone, not at the road. Even for people who can text with one hand, it is still extremely dangerous. In the tests we did in the simulator, 2 of the drivers crashed while texting.
And which is the next most dangerous?
The next most dangerous thing is to set or adjust your sat-nav. This is extremely hazardous too, because although you can do it with one hand, you still have to take your eyes off the road for a few seconds.
And number 3?
Number 3 was putting on makeup or doing your hair. In fact, this is something that people often do, especially women, of course, when they stop at traffic lights. But if they haven't finished when the lights change, they often carry on when they start driving again. It's that fatal combination of just having one hand on the steering wheel and looking in the mirror, not at the road.
And number 4?
In 4th place, there are 2 activities which are equally dangerous. One of them is making a phone call on a mobile. Our research showed that when people talk on the phone, they drive more slowly, which can be just as dangerous as driving fast. But their control of the car gets worse, because they're concentrating on the phone call and not on what's happening on the road. But the other thing, which is just as dangerous as talking on your mobile, is eating and drinking. In fact, if you do this, you double your chance of having an accident, because eating and drinking always involves taking at least one hand off the steering wheel. And the worrying thing here is that people don't think of this as a dangerous activity at all, and it isn't even illegal.
And in 5th, well, actually 6th place, it must be listening to music. But which one?
Well, it's listening to music you know.
Oh, that's interesting.
We found in our tests that when drivers were listening to music they knew and liked, they drove either faster or slower, depending on whether the music was fast or slow.
So fast music made drivers drive faster.
Exactly. And a study in Canada also found that if the music was very loud, then drivers' reaction time was 20% slower. If you're listening to very loud music, you're twice as likely to go through a red light.
So the safest of all of the things in the list is to listen to music we don't know.
Exactly. If we don't know the music, then it doesn't distract us. In this part of the tests, all drivers drove safely.
Okay, really good. Okay, so let's write it down. Let me take the text thing here. Okay, so number 1, guys, from number 1. Okay, so if you want, you can listen again, okay? But if you don't, there's no need to. So in number 1, the problem is that many people use 2 hands and look at the phone and not the road. Okay, so this is problem number 1. Number 2, you use one hand and you take your eyes off the road, off the boy. Okay, Number 4, no. Number 3, that is doing your hair or putting on makeup. You use one hand and you look in the mirror, not on the road. Number 4, talking on a mobile phone, not hands-free. Your control of the car gets worse because you concentrate on the phone call and not on the road. Number 5, you double your chances of having an accident because you only have one hand on the wheel. 6, that's listening to your favorite music. If the music's fast, you drive fast. If the music is slow, people drive slowly. Slowly. So that's the problem with listening to music. And if the music is loud, you lose 20% of your concentration. Right? Concentration and reaction time. And number 7, listening to music you don't know, it is much less distracting and safer than listening to music you know. So listening to music we don't know is the best way to drive safer. I didn't know that. Okay? So guys, this part here, the part A and part C, is our Wednesday class, okay? You have the homework, so you have pretty much things to do, and that's it, really. Only this for Wednesday, okay? Guys, thank you very much. See you next week. Bye. Talk to me if you have any problems, okay?